Visit Sailrite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions. When you're docking your boat, sometimes grabbing the line off the dock can be troublesome. Use boat blanket material and a hook fastener system, and you can easily grab the line from the piling and then cinch it to your cleat. In this tutorial video, we're going to show you how to make the boat blanket material that you can wrap around your piling and also how to attach the hook to the line. First, measure the circumference of your piling. Ours is around 17 inches. To that circumference measurement, add at least 5 inches to wrap around your piling. Then make it the desired height that you want to a stop point. Our stop point is the pier. Okay, we have boat blanket material. This is the outside surface, and I'm just going to cut it to size. We need it to be 38 inches tall, and we determined our circumference around the piling is 20 to 24 inches. I'm just going to go 24 because I have plenty of fabric here, and we are going to cut it to that size, a rectangle. I'm using the chalk pencil here. Works really well with the boat blanket material. You can mark the top side or the bottom side of the fabric. We're going to make sure that it's got 90-degree corners or perpendicular edges. We're using the clear acrylic ruler for that. And this stuff cuts beautifully with scissors. There's no reason to use a hot knife, and there's no reason to finish the edges of the fabric. So this is the hooked polyester 2-inch, and it sticks like gangbusters to the boat blanket material on the outside surface. The back side of the boat blanket material it sticks to as well, but that's not what we're going to stick this to. So we're going to actually put this on the long edge here on the back side of the material so that we can wrap it around our piling and Velcro it in place. The piling does run into the pier at the bottom, so we don't have to worry about making a top to hold it in place. So I'm going to cut this 2-inch hook Velcro to the same length as our boat blanket material. This goes on the back side, right up against this edge, and then what will happen is this will wrap around and this will fold basically over like this and be stuck to that. I'm not going to stick it because it's hard to get it off. So we're going to go sew this. If you want to use seam stick and baste it in place, you can, but you can pretty much guide it. In my first stitch, it's going to be a straight stitch about 6 millimeters in length, and I'm going to just put it really close to the Velcro's edge and do some reversing at the beginning, and then I'm going to guide the Velcro and sew down the side. When I get to the bottom edge, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury my needle, and then I'm going to lift my foot and rotate on the thickest part of the needle, lower my foot, sew down this end, bury the needle again, and this time what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some reversing because I don't want to stick all this fabric through the machine. So I'm going to reverse here, and then I'm going to cut my threads, and I'm going to start at the top again. This time I'm going to come down the other side here. We'll do some reversing here. I didn't do a stitch at the top. I probably should do that. I'm going to do that now so I don't have to come back to it. So I'm going to lift my foot and just sew across the top here. And then I'll sew backwards. Right there, and sew down this side, doing the same thing and doing reversing when I get to the end. So now we've cut some boat blanket material. This is the outside surface of it. It's just about the length of our spliced rope here as far as where it's spliced. A little bit longer here. I don't want to go into the eye. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the rope on top, and then I'm going to fold the boat blanket over and mark where it comes together here, right there. And then what I want to do is I want to leave about 1 to 1. Well, I'm going to go 1.5 inches of extra here. So I'm going to cut this so that it's straight. So that's 1.5 inches from where we folded it over. And we're going to use this side. I'll cut that with scissors, no reason to use a hot knife. Then I'm going to take my 2-inch hooked Velcro and I'm going to cut 3 lengths of this the same length as that. So there's my first one. It's okay if it's a little bit long because you can trim it away after you're done sewing. 2 and 3. Okay, so we're going to take this one and we're going to sew it on right there, and then we'll show you what we'll do after that. My Velcro is a little bit long, but I'm just following the edge of the boat blanket material to sew around it. Okay, that one's on. So there's my Velcro on the back side, and I'm just going to trim it so that's even with the edge of the boat blanket material. Okay, so that's the one side. And this is going to wrap around the rope as such. And I like a little bit of this to actually touch the rope like this, so that keeps it kind of in the place that it should be. It doesn't let it scoot up and down, and then closes it like this. So what we want to do is we want to mark basically where this is closing with our chalk, and then open it up. You can see it closes beautifully. And then we're going to put this on like that, and we're going to put this one on like that. So with a gap that's pretty much equal on all sides. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's pretty good just like that. Same concept, we're going to sew around the perimeter. Going to trim the excess off if there is any excess hanging over the edge of the boat blanket material, like that. This is the outside surface. We're going to take our rope, we're going to put it on there so it's just touching the Velcro so it doesn't move. As you can see, it kind of sticks to the rope, not really well, but enough. And then we wrap this around as tight as possible and wrap the hook onto the top of the boat blanket. And there you have it. Now you've got hook on pretty much all the surfaces. So now onto the piling, we would throw this on and it sticks to the piling like gangbusters, no matter what you do.
Now we'll go to the dock and we will secure the boat blanket material that's available from Sailrite with the hook sewn onto it around our piling. We'll start here at the top and wrap it as tight as possible and then work our way to the bottom. You'll likely find that you'll have to make adjustments to the boat blanket material and the hook fastener system as you attach it around the piling. Once it's in position, you'll just leave it there year-round. The great thing about using the boat blanket material and the hook fastener system is that they both cling to each other with a lot of force. There's no need to use a telescoping boat hook anymore. You can simply grab your line from the piling and lead it up. Coming up next is the materials and tools list of all the items that we used to make this boat blanket and hook fastener system for your lines. Had we made the height 36 inches, 1 yard of boat blanket material would have accomplished 3 pilings. To determine the amount of hook to order the height of your boat blanket material plus about 24 inches for the hook that goes on the line. If you have any questions about this process or the materials, be sure to give us a call at Sailrite or email us. We're glad to help. I'm Eric Grant, and from all of us here at Sailrite, thanks for watching.